Okay? With regard to percentiles, grade 12, the question says, malaria is caused by a parasite which is transmitted by mosquitoes in many tropical and subtropical regions. Let me repeat that statement. Malaria is caused by a parasite which is transmitted by mosquitoes in many tropical and subtropical regions. The number of cases of malaria reported in South Africa during each of the past 20 years are shown from lowest to highest. The number of cases of malaria reported in South Africa during each of the past 20 years are shown from lowest to highest. Okay, that is our data, the number of malaria cases reported for 20 years. Okay, so our data is also arranged from lowest to highest. Okay, grade 12, look at that data and then answer these two questions. The first question, 2.1, which value is at the 21st percentile? 2.1, which value is at the 21st percentile? And then 2.2, at what percentile is the value 28,000? At what percentile is the value 28,000? I'm sure you can see 28,000 in our data set. And remember, our data set is arranged from lowest to highest. So at what percentile is the value 28,000? I'll give you just a few minutes. It's only two questions, grade 12. I'll give you just a few minutes to look at this and try to find the answer, and then we can see how we will be able to calculate those answers. Okay, grade 12s. I hope it wasn't difficult for you to do those two questions. All right, let's look at 2.1. Okay. 2.1, it says, which value is at the 21st percentile? Remember, we have how many values? If you count those values that we have 20 values. It means we must look for 25% of 20 values. All right. Now, calculating that as 25 over 100 multiplied by 20, which will give us an answer of, we can check that in our calculators, 25 divided by 100 multiplied by 20 will give us 5. The answer here is 5. This 5 gives us the position. It means the value in the 21st percentile is position number 5 in the data set. Let's go and look at the first value in our data set. Remembering that our data set is already arranged from lowest to highest. So the first value in our data set, that value will be on the 21st percentile. What value is that? Let's go and check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is our first value it means 5,000, that is the value. 5,000 is at the 21st percentile. Okay, grade 12s. Remember, when you calculate that, you are only looking for the position. So we find that the value on the 25th percentile is the first value in our data set. And we go back to our data set and find out which value is that. So going back, the first value in our data set is 5,000. Meaning that the 25th percentile is at value to 5,000. Pardon with that. So 5,000 is at the 21st percentile on our data set. Okay. Now let's look at 2.2. 2.2 says, at what percentile is the value 28,000? At what percentile is the value 28,000? Remember, grade 12s, if you count our data set, we have 20 values. And if you look at the value 28,000, if I may go back. Okay, grade 12s, let's look at the position of 28,000. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's the 18th value out of 20 values. Now, if you're looking for that percentile, we'll say the 18th value out of 20 values multiplied by 100. Okay? Let's check that. 18 divided by 20 multiplied by 100 gives us 90, which is 90%. That means 28,000 is at the 90th percentile. Okay, grade 12s. 28,000, remember, is value number 18 of 20 values. So value 18 of 20 values multiplied by 100 gives us 90%. That means 28,000 is at the 90th percentile. Okay, I'm sure you got that right, grade 12s. Alright, that was the last thing that I have for you this afternoon. Remember, grade 12s, when you write your final examination or even your formal assessment, data handling, most especially measures of central tendency, remember measures of central tendency, I mean mean, median and mode, and measures of spread, I mean the range, the quarters and the percentiles, can appear in both paper 1 and paper 2. And that is all I have for you this afternoon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.